What up, everybody? It's Steph Michael back again with another video. Growth, love, and positivity to you all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited about today's topic. As always, I do my videos straight from the heart, word for word, so please bear with me as I grow to be more comfortable on camera. Thank you. Today's topic is going to be the information gap. And what I mean by the information gap is that transitionary period where we're trying to get from one phase of life to another. Or it's that period of time where we're stuck in one phase of life and can't get to another phase. We're not progressing, we're stagnant. This simple concept is what I believe holds the key to our whole life experience and our ability to grow and our ability to transform and change our life experience according to our desire and will. Here is why the information gap is such an important matter. No matter where we are in life, our mind is always holding something. Our mind can either be in a stagnant state where we're continuously holding on to old thoughts, old thought patterns, old beliefs, old mindsets, old character, etc., etc. Or our mind can be in a progressive state where we're constantly renewing our mind. We're constantly learning, growing, changing, transforming, and inevitably getting different results, producing new results in our life in all facets. I made this video for people who are struggling to accomplish or manifest their desired reality, whether that be a total change in your life circumstances, getting more improved self-esteem, more confidence in self, finding more happiness, more peace, more positive energy within yourself. This video is for you. The most important key when trying to create or produce anything in life is information. And why this holds true is because it is the contents of our heart and our mind that create our reality. Example, when we are always consumed with negative thoughts or negative thinking, the lens with which we view life and see life and perceive it and receive it is negative. If our heart and mind is negative, the experience that we get out of life is negative and not enjoyable. But if our heart and mind is filled with positive thinking, optimistic thinking, if we're constantly learning something new, if we're constantly looking in the mirror to reflect, to see what improvements we can make to self. If we have this state of mind, then we are always constantly growing, and the lens from which we view life and perceive life tends to be more positive and optimistic. The information gap is that area that separates who we are now from who we desire to be. It is also that area that separates who we were in the past from who we are now. So this information gap, it is the area in our lives that kind of defines where we are and where we're going. In order to know where we are now and where we're going, we need to be able to identify, recognize, and acknowledge what our current state of mind is. Are we in a stagnant state of mind or in a progressive state of mind? We can know that if we're consumed with things that are old emotions, old mindsets, old character, if we're in a place where we're consumed with things that are old, then we can know that we are in a stagnant place. But if we're in a place where we consume with things that are progressive, meaning new information, new knowledge, constant growth, we can know that we are moving forward in life. Now, a lot of us have goals and dreams and, desires, and I could pretty much guarantee that all of us want to be in a better place, or, at least not want to be in a negative place. But the thing is, some of us struggle to find out how to get there. How do I be less depressed? How do I be less miserable? How can I live a life that is fulfilling and happy for me? How can I escape my miserable job? Or how can I get out of a toxic situation? And that all comes with changing our mind atmosphere, which can also be called the information gap. In order to make this more simple, we can consider ourselves this glass jar. Now say we're this jar, right? And this jar is our mind, our heart. Therefore it is our reality. Now, if this jar is filled with toxic things of our past, if it's filled with behaviors of our past, mindsets, habits, and all of the things that do not serve the reality of us having a better life, then how can our life ever change? Now, in order for us to ever change our life, we must empty this glass of all of those old things that do not serve us having a better reality, having a better mindset, having a more optimistic and enjoyable life experience. We must empty those things out and become an empty glass. And in order for us to manifest our new reality, we must begin putting information into our glass that actually serves us having a transformative life experience. So now we must begin to fill our mind with information. We need to read things that encourage us to have a better mindset, that gives us knowledge on how to have a better mindset, that gives us knowledge on how to accomplish those goals, that gives us knowledge on how to be a happier person, that gives us knowledge on how to transform our being from the inside out. It starts within, because if our glass is filled with negative things, then our life experience will be negative. But if our glass is filled with positive things, encouraging things, good substance, optimistic things, then that is the reality that we will live. That is what will define who we are. We need to understand that in order to get from one place to another place, it will require information that will empower us to make that change. Because it's not just going to magically happen someday. We all are individually responsible for changing our life, for creating our path, for defining our path. Because guess what? Life is a choice. Everything in life is a choice. If we live our lives being miserable, negative, staying in one place, staying stagnated at a job, that is all a choice we make. We have nobody to blame. Not our family, not our parents, not God, the universe. That is our choice. So in order for us to actually transform our lives, we must choose not to be ignorant of the things that will actually empower us to make that transformation. If we want to get more fit, we need to educate ourselves on how to get more fit. If we want to do well in business, then we need to educate ourselves with resources that would teach us how to run and operate a business successfully, how to be successful entrepreneurs. If we want to find more happiness, then we need to educate ourselves on how we can obtain more happiness. What can we do? What things can we practice in order to have a more positive mind state, in order to have more peace, in order to have more fulfillment within ourselves? Anywhere that we want to go, information is the bridge to get us there. We have to stop being in a place of sitting and sulking in our misery and bitter about life because our reality won't miraculously change. If we wait for our reality to just change someday, we are going to be waiting until we die. And that's why most people die miserable. They don't actually go on to live the life that they dreamed of. They stay stagnant and they choose to be complacent with what society says they can have. Being without information in any regard is being at a disadvantage. Some real life examples. Kids in communities where the educational system is not as good, they're at a socioeconomic disadvantage to kids in communities where the school systems are very good. Anyone seeking to be an entrepreneur but does not know much about business is at a disadvantage to someone seeking to be an entrepreneur who has been studying a lot about business. Anyone who is seeking to be healthy but doesn't know how to do it is at a disadvantage to someone who is studying on how to eat more healthy, how to exercise the right way to achieve their personal goals. No matter what the situation is, if we are ignorant or without knowledge, then we are at a disadvantage when it comes to making any form of progress or any form of movement. So life can be so stressful that it can blind us to simple things. A lot of our problems that we experience in life, they have simple solutions. But because we're so stressed out and have so much anxiety and have so much worry, it becomes difficult for us to see simple solutions that are right in front of our eyes. We'll be like, yo, I want more peace in life. But then we surround ourselves with peers who keep drama going. Or we'll be like, yo, I want to be more healthy. But then we continue to digest and put things in our body that make us unhealthy. It's like ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance in a sense is death. Because for as much as we are ignorant, we are at a disadvantage to counteract the current reality. So the key to actually gain power to change our reality is actually found in gaining information, gaining knowledge. We have to be in a place of seeking in order to change our life. If we are not in a place of seeking, we're just wallowing around in circles until we die. And that's why, when we see people who are miserable, their lives always stay the same. They're never growing. They always have the same mindset. They get stuck in their ways. Nobody can tell them anything. Just bitter know-it-all, but somehow they are unable to change their lives. How do you know everything, but you can't change your life? Really? So in order to really begin to embark on the journey of transforming our lives, we all have to develop humility, because it takes humility to say, hey, I don't know everything. And once we can come to a place of being humble, that's when we can really start to gain stuff that will help us. Because for as long as we are prideful and know everything and can't nobody tell us nothing, and our jar is already full, nothing new can actually enter our jar because it's already full. And if we be honest with ourselves, if we are miserable and unhappy and struggling in life, then our glass is more than likely full of bullshit. So we need to empty our glass of the bullshit to actually be able to fill our glass with good things that will help us to live a life that is worth living to us. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow my social media at the links down below. And remember, in all things, love is the answer. Peace.